Greetings from Indus Valley Public School, Raj. Welcome to e-learning class of English class 10th, where we will be doing a lesson from Footprints Without Feet. Name of the lesson is Bholi, and this lesson is written by K.A. Abbas. His full name was Khwaja Ahmed Abbas, and he was an Indian film director, screenwriter, novelist, and a journalist in Urdu, Hindi, and English language. Children, in this lesson, we will be seeing like a girl from her childhood, and her name was Bholi, was neglected at home. Now, why did her teacher take special interest in her? Did Bholi measure up to her teacher's expectations? So many questions we will be seeing, why she was neglected at home, how she overcome from that, how she was supported from her teacher, and whether she was up to mark for her teacher's expectations. So we will be seeing all this thing in this lesson. So in the part 1, I'll give you a brief introduction of this lesson. Like, Bholi is a story written by K.A. Abbas. It shows that rise of a girl against social injustice. The story revolves around a girl named Bholi. Due to an accidental fall and disease in her childhood, she faces the problem of being dull and ugly. She is always a target by everyone for not being good looking and intelligent. Her life turns when she joins a nearby school where her teacher encourages her and helps her to become a learned and confident person. Later in the story, circumstances arise where Bholi has to give acceptance to the marriage with an unequal match, but rejects it when she sees her father pleading to the bridegroom when he demands dowry. So this is what there in this story. So how a dull girl who did not speak anything and turned to a violent girl when she rejected the proposal of marriage for being asked dowry. So we will be seeing in the story. So now coming towards the first part of the story, we will be seeing these questions in this part. Like, first question, what is Bholi's father worried about her? Second question, for what unusual reasons is Bholi sent to school? Third question we'll see in this part, does Bholi enjoy her first day at school? So now begins with the explanation. Her name was Sulekha, but since her childhood, everyone has been calling her Bholi, the simpleton. So my dear children, here it is told that her name was there, Sulekha. Her name means the main character of the story. So narrator, he described a girl whose name was Sulekha. Fine. And from her childhood, she is very simple girl. So everybody used to call her Bholi because she was very simple girl. She was the fourth daughter of Namardar Ramlar. When she was 10 months old, she had fallen off the cot on her head, and perhaps it had damaged some part of her brain. That was why she remained a backward child and became to be known as Bholi the simpleton. So now what happened? Narrator described that she was the fourth daughter of लैंडलॉर्ड. नंबरदार मीन्स होता है लैंडलॉर्ड. तो उस लैंडलॉर्ड की वो कौन सी डॉटर थी? फोर्थ नंबर की डॉटर. एंड व्हाट हैपन कि सिंपलटन, वाई शी वॉज कॉल्ड सिंपलटन? बिकॉज व्हेन शी वॉज 10 months ओल्ड, तो वो जो कॉट होता है मतलब बेड, उसमें से वो गिर गई थी और उसके सिर पे चोट आ गई थी, तो उसमें ब्रेन डैमेज हुआ, and that's why she remained backward, means slow learner. Backward here means slow learner, and came to known as Bholi because वो simple थी, बहुत slow learner थी, बहुत dull थी, she never interfere anywhere, so everybody used to call Bholi the simpleton. At birth, the child was very fair and pretty, but when she was 2 years old, she had an attack of smallpox. So now when she was born, she was pretty enough. She was very beautiful. But what happened? when she was 2 years old, chicken pox was there, means smallpox came to her face and उसमें marks उसके face पे रह गए. So only the eyes were saved, but the entire body was permanently disfigured by deep black pock marks. तो उसके जो marks होते हैं small pox के, उसके पूरी body पे आ गए थे, सिर्फ eyes were saved. Little Sulekha could not speak till she was 5, and when at last she learned to speak, she stammered. So now what happened? Till 5 she was not able to speak, and when she started speaking she was stammering, means she was fumbling the words. मतलब कि जल्दी जल्दी नहीं बोल पाना, रुक रुक के बोलना, not correctly pronunciating the words. The other children often made fun of her and mimicked her. So now when she used to play with other children, so they used to make fun the way she was speaking. जिस तरह से वो बात करती थी, रुक रुक के बात करती थी, अटक अटक के बात करती थी. So other children, they used to make fun of her. As a result, she talked very little. और इस वजह से वो थोड़ा बोलती थी. She used to talk very less. Ramlal had 7 children, 3 sons and 4 daughters, and the youngest of them was Bholi. सबसे छोटी थी Bholi. 7 children में सबसे छोटी. It was a prosperous farmer's household, and there was plenty to eat and drink. So now Bholi belongs to a very healthy and wealthy family. Means he was a very rich farmer, and they have a lot to eat and lot to drink. Means they were full well furnished family. All the children except Bholi were healthy and strong. So other 6 siblings, they were healthy and they all were strong except Bholi. The sons had been sent to the city to study in schools and later in colleges. So they were out for their further education. Of the daughters, Radha, the eldest, had already been married. So 4 daughters. So Radha was the eldest, she was married. The second daughter, Mangla's marriage has also been settled. तो उनकी second daughter की भी marriage fixed हो गई थी. And when that was done, Ramlal would think of third Champa. So third daughter was Champa. First one Radha, second was Mangla, third was Champa, and fourth was Bholi or Sulekha. So they were good looking, healthy girls, and it was not difficult to find bridegroom for them. So all other 3 girls or sisters, they were healthy, they were beautiful. So Ramlal, he was not worried about their marriage. But Ramlal was worried about Bholi. She had neither good looks nor intelligence. Now Ramlal was very much worried about Bholi because she was not good looking and she was not intellectual enough. वो intelligent भी नहीं थी और good looking नहीं थी. इस वजह से रामलाल काफ़ी worried था. Bholi was 7 years old when Mangla was married. तो first daughter की जब marriage हुई थी तब Bholi 7 years की थी. The same year, a primary school for girls was opened in the village. The Tehsildar Sahib came to perform its opening ceremony. He said to Ramlal, as a revenue official, you are the representative of the government in the village, and so you must set an example to the village. You must send your daughters to school. So now what happened here? Tehsildar. So ये तहसीलदार means होता है आपका district collector. तो वो बोला रामलाल से कि तुम यहाँ के रिप्रेजेंटेटिव हो, यू आर द स्पोक पर्सन ऑफ दिस area of this village. So now I am going to open a school in this village, and it's a opening ceremony of the school. So now what happened, as you are the spokesperson, you are the representative of this area, so you must send all your daughters for education in this school. So he just recommended this to Ramlal. Who recommended? Tehsildar recommended. That night, when Ramlal consulted his wife, she cried, "Are you crazy?" So when Tehsildar, he told Ramlal that you are the spokesperson, you were the representative of this village, so you must send your daughters to the school. The same thing he discussed with his wife. But what happened? Uski wife, she cried and said, "Are you crazy? Are you gone mad? If girls go to school, who will marry them?" So according to her, if girls are going outside, then they are not eligible for marriage. तो वो काफ़ी इसमें बोला मतलब बोली कि वो अगर उनको भेज दोगे तो एजुकेटेड डॉटर से हु इज़ गोइंग टू मैरी, इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू गेट ब्राइड ग्रूम फॉर दिस काइंड ऑफ एजुकेटेड गर्ल्स. But Ramlal had not the courage to disobey the Tehsildar. So now what happened? Ramlal, he cannot obey the order or the words of Tehsildar, the district collector. So at last his wife said, I will tell you what to do. So now as his wife, she said to Ramlal, ki now what to do? Send Bholi to school, as it is there is little chance for getting married. With her ugly face and lack of sense. So now उसकी वाइफ एग्री हो गई, बोले इसको तुम स्कूल भेज दो, वैसे भी इसके चांसेस बहुत कम है मैरिज होने के, और बिकॉज उसके अगली फेस है, उसके पास लैक ऑफ सेंस है, तो लेट द टीचर एट स्कूल वरी अबाउट हर. तो रहने दो, उसके जो टीचर होंगे उसके बारे में सोचेंगे, दे विल सी वॉट टू डू एंड वॉट नॉट टू डू. और उसको स्कूल भेजा जा सकता है बिकॉज उसके बहुत ही कम चांसेस हैं मैरिज होने के, बिकॉज शी इज़ वेरी अगली. Next day, Ramlal caught Bholi by the hand and said, come with me, I will take you to school. Bholi was frightened. So now next day, he just caught the hand of Bholi and उसको बोला कि we will go to school. But Bholi ने कभी घर से बाहर गई नहीं, तो she was frightened. She did not know what a school was like. उसको पता ही नहीं था स्कूल कैसा होता है, बाहर की दुनिया कैसी होती, क्या होता है. She was unaware of all that thing. She remembered how a few days ago their old cow Lakshmi had been turned out of the house and sold. तो उसको जैसे उसके फादर उसके हाथ पकड़ के बाहर ले जा रहे थे, तो उसको अचानक से याद आया कि उनकी एक काऊ थी जिसका नाम लक्ष्मी था, उसको कैसे घर से बाहर निकाला गया एंड उसको सेल कर दिया. तो शी जस्ट स्टार्टेड थिंकिंग दैट वे, उसको वो चीज़ याद आने लगी. No, 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 no. She shouted in terror and pulled her hand away from her father's grip. तो उसको जब वो काऊ का सीन याद आया तो उसने बहुत उससे अपने फादर से she just removed the grip that was holded. अपने फादर के जो हाथ पकड़ा हुआ था फादर ने, उसकी ग्रिप से अपना हाथ छुड़ाया और बोला no, I do not want to go out. Then what's the matter with you, fool? shouted Ramlal. रामलाल उसके काफ़ी तेज चिल्ला के बोला कि व्हाट इज़ द मैटर, आई एम डूइंग गुड फॉर यू एंड वाई यू वर डिनाइंग, आई एम ओनली टेकिंग यू टू स्कूल. तो ही सेड जस्ट आई एम टेकिंग यू टू स्कूल, नोवेयर एल्स. देन ही टोल्ड हिज वाइफ, वो अपनी वाइफ से बोलता है, लेट हर वेयर सम डिसेंट क्लॉथ टुडे और एल्स what will the teachers and other school girls think of us when they see her. So now अब रामलाल अपनी वाइफ से बोलता है कि just give her good cloth so that other people should not take it, otherwise they should not think anything negative for us. तो वो बोलता है इसको अच्छे से ड्रेसअप कर दो, अदरवाइज टीचर्स या जो भी उसके और बच्चे होंगे वो क्या सोचेंगे इसके बारे में. New clothes had never been made for Bholi. The old dresses of her sister were passed on to her. So now Bholi never used to wear any new dress. Whatever the left out or worn out were there from her elder sister, she used to wear that thing. So no one cared to mend or wash her clothes. और nobody's worried, मतलब कोई भी उसके घर में worry नहीं रहता था कि उसको क्लीन क्लॉथ पहनाओ, उसके नए कपड़े लेके आओ या उसके क्लॉथ को क्लीन कर दो. No one was bothered for that. But today she was lucky to receive a clean dress which had shrunk after many washings and no longer fitted Champa. तो वो जो आज उसने ड्रेस पहनी थी, that dress belongs to her sister Champa. वो कई बार वॉश हो गई थी, worn out हो गई थी, अब वो चंपा को फिट नहीं हो रही थी, छोटी हो गई थी. So now she was wearing that day, but it was neat and clean dress. She was even bathed and oil was rubbed into her dry and matted hair. So that day she was bathed, उसके हेयर को ऑयल किया गया and she was giving a good look. Only then she began to believe that she was being taken to a place better than her home. So when she was tidy enough, when she was provided with good dress and she was given a bathing and then she was combed with hair, pleats were there, then she realized that she is going to somewhere a good place that is far better than the home. घर से एक अच्छी जगह पे मैं कहीं जा रही हूँ. This was the realization of her when she was totally dressed up. When they reached the school, The children were already in their classrooms. Ramlal handed over his daughter to the headmistress. So now when they reached the school, so already children were inside the means, और जो बच्चे थे, they already went inside the school. They were settled down in their respective classes. So now Ramlal, father of Bholi, he handed over, means he given Bholi to the headmistress. Headmistress को उसने बोला कि ये आप ले जाइए इसकी क्लास में इसको बैठा दीजिए. Left alone, the poor girl looked about her with fear-laden eyes. So now this girl, she started looking with fear. Her eyes was full of fear. उसकी आँखों में पूरा डर था. And whom she was looking at headmistress. There were several rooms, and each room girls like her squatted on mats, reading from books or writing on slates. So now there were n number of rooms. There were too many rooms, and all the rooms were filled with the girls like her. उसकी तरह और भी लड़कियां वहाँ पे बैठी हुई थी, and all these girls were sitting on the mat. Either they were reading or they were writing on the slates. The headmistress asked Bholi to sit down in a corner in one of the classroom. So now what happened? जो headmistress थी उसने भोली को बोला go in this particular class and sit in the corner seat. तो उसको जाके बोला कि corner seat पे जाके बैठ जाओ. So my dear children, here I am ending the video. And in the beginning of the video, I had given some question that is going to come across during this video. So first question was, why is Bholi's father worried about her? Very simple question. So answer is, Bholi's father was worried about her marriage prospects as she fell off from a cot when she was a child, due to which her brain was slightly damaged. She learned to speak very late and used to stammer. Her face and whole body was covered with pock marks. Second question. For what unusual reason is Bholi sent to school? Very simple. As Ramlal was a government official and the Tehsildar had asked him to send his daughters to the new school in his village, Bholi was sent to school just to satisfy the Tehsildar. As Randall's wife felt that, sorry, it's not Randall, so Ramlal. P ka mistake is there. So Ramlal's wife felt that sending girls to school affected their marriage prospects adversely. She did not want to send any of her daughters to school. However, Bholi, with a pockmarked face and dull brain, would not be possible to get married anyway. So Bholi's parents decided to send her to school to satisfy the Tehsildar. Okay, children, please have a correction. It's Ramlal. P ka deeds there, so sorry for that. Next and the last question of the video. Does Bholi enjoy her first day at school? Bholi was afraid at first. She even wept when the teacher asked her name. She just sat in corner, but the beautiful picture on classroom wall attracted her. The gentle kind of loving manner of her teacher made her comfortable. She was looking forward to her new life by the time the first day ended. Thus, although initially she did not enjoy it, but at the time she went home, she had liked school. So this question you will be seeing in more elaborative form in the second video, in the second part of the lesson. So just everything will be continued in the second part. Thank you for watching the video and wait for the second part, which will be uploading soon. Thank you so much.